Hey everyone, I started here on YouTube as a beauty YouTuber, so I have talked to you about hundreds, if not thousands, of cosmetics and beauty products, skincare, all the things. Today, I'm whittling it down to a very short list of what I consider beauty product must-haves for mature women. I have a list of a handful of tools and a few beauty products that I think are absolute essentials for this stage of our lives. Now, this video is sponsored by Nordstrom, and everything you see is from the Nordstrom Beauty department, and I've linked everything along with some additional suggestions down in the description box below. Let's jump into the tools part. This one may seem strange, so stick with me, let me explain it to you. An essential tool for the mature woman is a lighted, magnifying makeup mirror. You need all the things. Our eyesight just isn't what it was when we were in our early 40s and 30s and 20s. And things that we used to easily see, like actual eyes, are harder for us to see, even especially, I should say, at closer distances. So while a lighted mirror definitely helps, and is something that I've been using since I was in high school, the magnifying part is key so that you can see the chin hairs that your best friend has not told you about, or the eyebrow hairs that you need to pluck, or even as farsightedness becomes more and more of an issue, just so that you can put on your eyeshadow in the morning. Now, the one I've been using for years is from a brand called Ricky Loves Ricky, and it's their tall, skinny mirror. This is great because it's, as you can see, very thin. It doesn't take up a lot of space. You can see the lights all around it. I'll pop it on here. So that's at its lowest setting, and it gets brighter from there on. As you can see, it is cordless. You can plug it in to charge it, and you can leave it plugged in and use it as a wired makeup mirror, or you can charge it up and take it wherever you want, which is what I started using it for, because it comes with this nice foldable stand that kind of has it at an angle, so it's great for travel. But after a couple of years, I decided that I wanted this to stay with my travel stuff, and so I did invest in the vanity stand. That is something separate that allows you to make it taller or shorter and have it more at a complete vertical angle here. But the key here is the magnifying mirror. So this just pops right on, it's magnetic, and then it allows you to see all the things you need to see before you go out into the world. So definitely a lighted, magnifying makeup mirror. And I listed a couple other options down in the description box below. Now the second tool, it's very budget friendly, and that is an eyelash curler. So I have heard from so many of you, and I talked to so many of my friends in real life that are struggling with just looking more awake, brighter eyes, and you don't use eyelash curlers. I cannot tell you what a difference curling your lashes makes, and a good eyelash curler is essential. And I just got a new one. This is from Shiseido. And speaking of new ones, good eyelash curlers, most eyelash curlers, also come with a backup replacement, I should say, rubber pad that goes here. It's what cushions your eyelashes from getting pinched. Don't throw this thing away, save it. You'll notice when the little rubber padding here gets worn or frayed, it's time to pop it out and replace it. This little device that kind of looks like a torture device is key to lifting your lashes, opening up your eyes. Even if you don't wear any makeup, just curling your lashes makes a huge difference. And it's those little things that take it up a notch when you reach a certain age. The other tool, I'm laughing because this is definitely something I utilize in a different way than I did when I first bought these, is a good pair of tweezers. These exact pink ones are no longer available, but these exact ones are available in gold of all things. These are the Tweezerman Ultra Precision Slanted Tweezers. Now, I personally prefer the slanted instead of the little pointed ones, but if you like the ones that come to a teeny tiny point, I have those linked for you as well. The reason I'm specifically recommending Tweezerman tweezers, did you know they were sold at Nordstrom? They are. So the nice thing is they're around $20-something, and then you also get your Nordstrom points. They can take a beating. They retain that precision for years. I always got mine at the drugstore. I just didn't see the point in spending extra money on something because all I was doing was tweezing a few hairs to the ends of my brows. For some reason, I decided to upgrade to the Tweezermans, and these are the only ones I think it might be a decade. I've had these for a very, very long time. They have taken a beating. I use them for things besides tweezing, like prying open things. I mean, I'm not nice to my tweezers, and yet they still work exceptionally well. When I switched to these, I could not believe how much easier it was to grip all the little hairs. And so yes, no matter where you are, it's nice to have some groomed brows. So that's a great use for the tweezers, but as you get older, With the help of a lighted magnifying makeup mirror, you will see hairs that you did not expect to see, like on your chin and darker around your lip. So these definitely come in handy. Definitely a necessity for a mature woman in her makeup kit. Now let's move on to makeup. And like I said, I hear from a lot of you with more basic makeup questions, people who are new to makeup, or maybe you've done things a certain way for a really long time and you want to change it up a little bit. And another area that I see a lot of people neglecting are their brows. Fuller, thicker brows is definitely a subtle sign of youth and vitality. And as we age, for a variety of reasons, our eyebrows tend to thin, lose color, and eyebrows are really important. They frame your face. They give the person who's looking at you an area to focus on. And so we need to do something about our brows. Aside from tweezing them and keeping them groomed, if that's what you choose. Right now, bushy brows are in, so maybe you could skip the tweezers and save them for your chin hairs. I'm talking about a brow pencil. There are lots of ways to draw on brows, but for me, I have found that the easiest is to use a brow pencil. Now, I have blonde hair that's not really blonde, and so I don't necessarily want to darken my brows. I just want to give them shape. And so the one that I keep coming back to, and I just repurchased again, it's from Dior. It's the Dior Ultra Fine Precision Brow Pencil. And the shade I like, if you're watching this and you have similar hair color to me, is 001 Universal Brown. I prefer the brow pencils that you don't have to sharpen. It's just a step I like to skip. So it's just a twist up here, and then it has the spoolie on the side. I have an old brow tutorial that still holds true. I'll link above and down in the description box if you want a more detailed walkthrough on how to do your brows, at least the way I do them. I have a few other brow pencils that I sort of rotate through, and I've listed those down in the description box if you are interested. Another area that I see neglected that really opens up the face, brightens the eyes, and doesn't require much in the way of makeup is mascara. So even for my minimal makeup girls out there, and I know there are a lot of you watching, a little bit of a groomed brow, a curled lash, and mascara make a big difference. And I'm not just gonna recommend any mascara. It's a type of mascara that I have really gotten into again. I used to wear it a lot and I'm back at it, and that's called tubing mascara. And what's great about tubing mascara and why it works great for me and my lifestyle, and probably for many of you watching as well, is my eyes water more than they did when I was younger. I don't know why. And regular mascaras, unless they're waterproof, are going to run. I also live in a climate that gets really hot and sometimes very humid, and you sweat, and that also makes things run and smudge. In addition, I have hooded eyes, which I know a lot of you are dealing with as well, and that sometimes can cause problems with a more standard mascara. And I'm really picky about my mascaras, even if it's not a tubing one. If it requires a lot of effort to take off, I am not interested. And tubing mascaras, all you need to take them off is warm water. So that's a bonus. So there's lots of new ones on the market. I haven't tried any of the new ones, but I want to recommend the one that pretty much introduced me to tubing mascara. And that is the one from Trish McEvoy. She has two. I prefer the high value mascara. It's what I have on today. So whether you have watery eyes due to aging or you have newfound allergies in your life, because that's what's happened to me, tubing mascara is definitely a must-have for the mature woman. Now, this next tip isn't just applicable to mature women, but it does kind of relate to some of the other issues I've been talking about, and that's that we're just kind of losing the pigment and the color in our skin as we age. And one area that's pretty prominent is your lips. It reminds me of advice that I got from my grandmother way back in the day when she said, you just need to put a little color on your lips and you'll look so much better. It was well-meaning advice. And so I want to recommend a Your Lips But Better type shade of lipstick, something that's easy to wear, something that you don't even need to look in the mirror. It's comfortable on your lips. You don't need to pull out a lip liner, although you may want to, but we're talking about basic must-have essentials, so we're going to skip the lip liner today. And something that matches very closely the color of your lips, but maybe just a little bit better. So that's obviously going to differ from woman to woman. One I do want to share that I got from so many recommendations from all of you. I shouldn't be pointing, that's so rude. It's from Chanticleer, and I just talked about this lipstick in another Nordstrom video that I did last month, and I got so many recommendations, said that's a great shade, but you really need to try the shade Tea Rose. So this is the Chantecaille Lip Chic lip color in the shade Tea Rose. It's what I have on my lips here. And this one ticks all the boxes for me that I was talking about. I don't have to look in the mirror to apply it. It's very hydrating. It's kind of a hybrid between a lip gloss and a lipstick, at least according to the website on Nordstrom. Don't get this confused with like the balm hybrids that are very soft. These have pigment. This is definitely, it feels like a lipstick. It has a lipstick bullet, but it has a shine to it, which is really nice. It's hydrating. I know a lot of people prefer matte formulas just for the longevity. This isn't going to be something that lasts all day long, but I want to recommend something that's just easy to wear and doesn't require anything special and is going to leave your lips feeling as good or if not better than when you put this on. So this is my newfound favorite, but a classic that I want to talk about is from Clinique. Clinique has so many great lipsticks for this particular criteria. But the one that I'm thinking of is this one. It's the Even Better collection. And it's really cool. They have a little wheel on the website and you can pick your foundation, and then from your foundation color, it recommends 3 lipsticks from more natural to all the way to glam that complement your skin tone. So the one for me, the everyday shade, is called Romanced, and it's just the perfect pink for me. So I love that, and obviously they have a recommendation for all the different skin tones. So those are the 2 that I specifically want to recommend. If you're keeping track, we're on number 7 on the list, and I'm talking about an under eye corrector / brightener. Again, I'm thinking of those of you like me that as we age, the darkness under our eyes is becoming more prominent, or like many of you have told me, you're very basic with the makeup. You just want something that makes you look a little bit better, not a lot of effort. I can't tell you how many years I've been recommending this and how many times I've recommended this, and I'm just gonna keep going. The Trish McEvoy Instant Eye Lift Under Eye Treatment Concealer. This little beauty is a game changer. In fact, I think a lot of you got this for Christmas and reached out to me and told me that you are kicking yourself for waiting as long as you did to get it, because it has really changed your face. This little guy can go on, well, it should go on before any other makeup. If you're going to continue with makeup, it goes on under your foundation, and I like to be a little bit extra, so I like to put another layer of concealer on top, but you don't need all that. This little guy comes in 2 colors, corrects the blueness and darkness under your eyes, helps disguise any bags you have under your eyes, and just gives an overall lifted and bright appearance. And I think that everyone, especially more mature women, would benefit from giving this thing a shot. I stand by that recommendation. Now, lastly, is this really a must-have? I mean, I kind of think it is. I think it's important to have a signature scent. Part of the reason is because it's a very womanly, very feminine thing to do, and I want to embrace that. But the other reason is because scents are very closely connected to memories, and at this age, for me, a lot of what I focus on is creating those memories, and hopefully in the future, the not too distant future, creating those memories for future grandchildren or with future grandchildren. And I talked about my grandmother just a little bit ago, but I think a lot of you watching, if you sit back and you think about your mother or your grandmother, you can also just catch a whiff of that signature scent that she always wore. The generations before us were really good about picking one fragrance and sticking with it their whole lives. Now, I'm not that good, but it's nice to have a signature scent. And I just want to recommend a few if you like the kind of scents that I like, which are warm. There's usually some amber, a little bit of spice. And the one I've been recommending, and I know, I'm sorry, I have very expensive taste, is the Tom Ford Lost Cherry. I love this scent. A lot of you have reached out to me and said you tried it and love it as well. It's not budget friendly. Sometimes you can get the travel size, and that's $75, but that's a very small size. But it's such a unique scent. Now, it's also a little heavier scent, so this might not be something you want to wear during the day or in the summertime. It's definitely more of a warm, wintry scent and definitely an evening type scent. I just saw today that Tom Ford released 2 more scents in this cherry line. I think it's cherry smoke and electric cherry. And I'm really curious to smell those to see if one of them is maybe a little lighter, and I can segue into that. But I want to recommend a few other options. So this one obviously is a huge favorite. It's from the Maison Francis Kurkdjian Paris line. It's the Baccarat 540. Again, another very pricey scent, but this one is really good for daytime or nighttime. So that's why I'm gonna recommend this one. I also picked up a new smaller version, which is a really good way to decide if you really like a perfume. This is from Trish McEvoy, and as much as I like the Trish McEvoy Instant Eye Lift, her fragrance line is incredible. And what I really like about it is not a lot of people use it. So you're not gonna smell like everybody else. And I'll be honest, if you use this Baccarat 540, you're gonna smell like a lot of people. If you wanna have a more unique signature scent, check out the Trish McEvoy line. Now, this one was available for the holidays. It's not currently on the website in this size, so if you really want the scent I'm about to talk to you about, you might wanna pop into your local Nordstrom or even call a Nordstrom if there's not one near you and ask them if they have any in store, but I'll link the full-size bottle. It's the Trish McEvoy number 9, but specifically blackberry and vanilla. She has a lot of variations on the number 9, and I just bought this one because I think it's great for travel. It's great for every day. It's warm enough and sensual enough, I feel, for evening as well. And I like that it's not a roller ball. It's actually a spray. And then one that I had buried at the back of my kind of perfume collection that I'm so excited to learn they carry at Nordstrom, and I'm gonna start wearing it again because I forgot how good it is. It's from the brand Lake and Sky, and specifically it's called the Côte du Paradis. Now, some of the other Lake and Sky fragrances are super popular and a lot of people wear them, but I never hear anyone talking about this one. I can't describe scent. Like, I'm terrible at it, so I'll put the link to it down below. So it's not a long list, but I do think these 8 product types are definitely essentials and something that if you haven't incorporated into your beauty routine at this point, you might want to take a moment and look into some of them. Let me know if I've missed anything, if you think I should add to the list, but I wanted to keep it short and not overwhelm you. In any case, I can't wait to read your comments. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.